Tuesday, March 25th. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded. Please make sure you mute your, well, there's nobody online, so forgot that.
People have their devices
Right,
in
it's
the audience.
So yes, if you can
yes.
mute your device, that would be great. First, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Boyce.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if I can get approval of the minutes for the February 6th and February 13th, 2025 briefing sessions and the February 11th and February 18th, 2025 general session.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Thank you. We're going to go to our agenda, and first, we're going to start with the Office of Justice Policy and Programs and Resolution 23325.
Resolution number 23325, resolution authorizing a memorandum of understanding for the support of Franklin County Municipal Court Batterers Intervention Program in the amount of $496,952.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson on behalf of the Franklin County Office of Justice Policy and Programs. Joining me today at the dais is our very own Judge Eileen Paley, who I'm going to have speak to this resolution here momentarily. Commissioners, this resolution is presented to the Board of Commissioners requesting your authorization for the County Administrator to enter into a memorandum of understanding which will support a batterers intervention pilot program intended to bring all batterers intervention, or at least most of it, in-house into the municipal court system. By entering into this agreement, the county is committing to support 50% of the pilot program for the cost for 2025 and 2026. And again, joining me at the dais is Judge Eileen Paley. If you'd like to say a few words, Judge.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I am Judge Eileen Paley, and I am the Chair of the Municipal Court Finance Committee as well as the Probation Committee. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today. On behalf of the Municipal Court, I want to express our gratitude for your generous support that will bring the Batterers Intervention Program in-house and under the court's direct supervision. The Batterers Intervention Program is an intervention tool that requires abusers to attend a series of educational courses that examines and helps identify the root causes about why they engage in domestic violence. The program offers alternative solutions that help abusers resolve internal conflicts without resorting to violence. The goal of the program is to end the cycle of domestic violence, reduce recidivism, and return abusers to a healthy lifestyle and healthy relationships. Historically, the court had used third-party providers with very mixed results. The program had a lot of barriers that prevented the completion of the program. The program was cost prohibitive for a lot, and some of the participants offered limited services that sometimes did not align with the evidence-based practices nor the court's vision of restorative treatment. The $496,952 in funding you are providing today, in collaboration with the funding from the Columbus Office of Violence Prevention, will bring this essential program into the court's probation department. And in doing so, the court can provide a tailored response that continually evaluates the effectiveness of the programming. The change offers a more individualized approach to assist defendants in dealing with conflict and emotional situations differently by changing their thinking and response patterns. The municipal court is committed to restorative justice and offers a meaningful programs and interventions that reduce recidivism and support rehabilitation. Your support aids the court's commitment to improving public safety by enhancing and delivering of these court-ordered domestic violence education interventions. Your partnership is an important aspect in the success of this program that aims to reduce the devastating impacts of domestic violence within our community. Thank you again for your belief in our work and our commitment to the people that we serve, and we look forward to making the Batterers Intervention Program a success and sharing the positive results with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, did you have a question?
As comments.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Judge Paley, for being here. Thank you for this resolution. I feel like I've told this story 1,000 times, and it's never fun for me to really talk about, to be honest with you. But I always feel compelled to talk about it a little bit. My father was murdered when I was 7 years old, and it was from a domestic violence situation. Every time we're doing domestic violence legislation, I'm always reminded of those scenarios that not only impact the lives of the individuals involved in domestic violence, meaning the victim, but the reach that victimization has beyond the actual victim. And so this resolution is important because it really, while it zeroes in on the domestic violence victim as well as the perpetrator and the various elements of that, it's important because it's also a family stabilizer. To be able to address domestic violence at every level creates the possibility for a family to be stronger, the best that they can be, and moreover, for future generations to not be caught up in the same cycle of domestic violence. As I think about my own experience, I'm reminded of the multi-reverberations that one day, that one moment had for generations far beyond that situation, which happened in 1978. And so I want to just thank you both, thank JPP as well as, and the staff there, as well as you, Judge Paley, for your leadership in this work. This is one of those areas where I really feel like the county is all in to do our best that we can to support the victims, but also prosecute the perpetrators and more importantly, seed what could be the stabilization of the family unit. And so thank you so much for bringing this resolution today.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyce.
Thank you, Commissioner. And it's always hard to hear that story, and I appreciate you always bringing that awareness on how domestic violence doesn't just impact one person, it impacts the whole family. We do always focus on the survivor or the victim of domestic violence. But for the perpetrators, sometimes they do grow up in a household or grow up in environments where this is all they've seen and they believe that it's normal. And they deserve to have treatment and rehabilitation as well, so they can acknowledge and have an awareness of their own behavior and stop the ongoing violence. And so thank you, Judge, for your leadership. Thank you for bringing this resolution or bringing this initiative to the county, asking the county to be a partner in this. Thank you, JPP, for doing the work to make this come to fruition, and would be happy to hear what the impact has been, especially since this was contracted out before and you see the need to bring this in-house under the municipal court. So would love to hear the success stories, but the impact that it's had.
And we will bring that back to you. Thank you, Commissioner Crawley.
President Crowley.
Yes, sir.
So, Judge, thanks for being here today. I've been a commissioner a long time, but previous to that, I also worked very closely with the courts, and so I appreciate you being here and appreciate our partnership with the court, not only the municipal court, but all the courts. It always, it's not in every county do the commissioners have such a good relationship with the court system, and so it's always makes me feel good when we have such a good working relationship with our courts. And so really appreciate you being here today. Really appreciate this partnership. Really appreciate the fact that through our Office of JPP that we're able to have such a good working relationship with not only your court, but all the courts. It's, as I said, it is not commonplace in every county in Ohio or every county across the country. And so, but it's important. It's really important that the funders are able to, or some of your funders are able to have such a good working relationship. And so we appreciate that. And I always appreciate when Commissioner Boyce is willing to share, his story and his situation, because it matters, and it always brings us back to where we need to be in these type of situations.
Commissioner O'Grady, now that you bring that up, we plan on being, this is a pilot program, and we plan on extending it to all the courts once the pilot program shows a success, which I'm sure it will. So we've already been talking to the other courts about the possibility of providing this programming to them also in collaboration.
I know DCA Bivens had a question.
Thank you, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. I really appreciate this program, and I understand and I really thoroughly appreciate the partnership, but I would be remiss if I did not mention on May 19th, the Franklin County Commissioners are sponsoring and hosting a mental health summit. We see domestic violence. It's not normal. It's not healthy. It's rooted in a lot of causes, trauma, mental health. If we could have an aligned conversation with the courts of those organizations and services that we fund to figure out how we can assist folks in getting to this summit, because a lot of the resources are going to be there, not just hearing about mental health, but accessing resources for mental health and other supportive services, I think it will be really, it closes the gap on full circle partnership.
Not only would we be willing to provide information with regards to the Batters Intervention Program, but we also have a full resource center that deals with mental health called the March Program, which we would be more than happy to provide those resources as well as spread the word about your summit, because we agree that it definitely has to do with what we are trying to do in restorative justice. Thank you.
Thank you.
President Crowley. If all the judges left.
Oh.
Yes.
She's duty today.
If I could just.
Sorry.
President Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce, if I may, earlier this month, I had received an email from the court that there is an interest in looking at a domestic violence court for Franklin County. And I have a lot of interest, and I've looked at the material that was provided to me, and I'm extremely interested in hearing what that may look like. And that would be an extension of what we're doing here, as I understand it. So I'm looking forward to that and hopeful that that's something that could happen in 2026 if we're able to all come together and do that.
We really have not been approached with regards to the domestic violence court. I saw it in the news. So obviously, we would be willing to talk about it if you would like, but I don't have an opinion about it one way or the other. That would be, would need approval from the Supreme Court as well as the legislature to start a domestic violence court, and we would be obviously willing to discuss it.
Okay, that's great, because I know this has been something that is increasing in our community, and I think we need a concentrated effort. I know our legislative lobbying team would have this on their agenda definitely to advocate for.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption. What number is this? 233-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes,
Resolution number 233-25 has been adopted.
thank you.
Resolution number 234-25, resolution authorizing a sub-grant award with The Ohio State University for juvenile justice and delinquency prevention programming under the FY 2023 Title II Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Formula Block Grant in the amount of $35,000.
Commissioners and County Administration, The Ohio State University will utilize Title II funding to continue implementation of their nationally recognized Life Sports Positive Youth Development Program, which is situated in the Linden area and targeted on that focused geographic area. The program engages youth in sport and play-based activities for 4 weeks during the summer months, and they also participate in 15 hours of social skills instruction, 20 hours of academic enrichment, and are exposed to 8 different sports. This award will be used to implement the 15 sports clinics for life sports youth, and we anticipate upwards of 600 youth will be able to participate in the program. This resolution supports goals 9 and 11 of the Rise Together Blueprint, and pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this subgrant award.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 23425.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 23425 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day. We'll go back to the beginning of the agenda with the clerk of courts.
Resolution number 21325, resolution authorizing a supplemental appropriation and a transfer of funds from the Certificate of Title Administration Fund to the General Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sean Reeder, Fiscal Officer for the Clerk of Courts. I also have Chief of Staff Angela Matthews with me as well. So the Clerk's Title Fund is a non-general fund established under Ohio Revised Code 325.33 to support the operations of the office's Audit Title Division. Revenues are generated from state-mandated fees paid by residents titling their motor vehicles and watercrafts in Franklin County. The Clerk's Office performs an annual review of the Title Fund to determine the future operational capacity. The 2025 review has confirmed money in the fund exceeds those operational needs for the Audit Title Division, and in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 325.33B, the clerk is declaring a surplus in the amount of $850,000 transferred to the general fund. With the approval of Resolution 213-25, today's declaration brings the clerk's total surplus transfer to the general fund to $10,950,000. The clerk's office respectfully requests approval of Resolution 213-25.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 213-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21325 has been adopted.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you
Next.
so much, and I hope you remember us later. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Domestic relations.
Resolution number 21425, resolution authorizing a 2-year contract with Nationwide Children's Hospital for medical services in the amount of $600,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reed, Director of Finance for the Court. This resolution is requesting a 2-year contract with Nationwide Children's Hospital in the amount of $300,000 per year to provide emergency, outpatient, dental, and pharmacy services for youth in the Juvenile Intervention Center. Pending any questions, the Court requests the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or
Yeah. Good. If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 21425.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady,
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 21425 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day. Next up, we have the engineer's office.
Resolution number 21525. Report fifth of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting Walnut Street, County Road number 19, at New Albany Condit Road, State Route 605, Plain Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $5,000.
Good morning, Commissioners, Administration. Nick Soulis, Government Affairs Liaison for Franklin County Engineer Adam Fowler. This resolution, Commissioners, seeks to establish sums of compensation for a property owner located at the Walnut Street at New Albany Condit Road project. This project is located in Plain Township. It seeks to replace an offset stop-controlled intersection with a roundabout. This is a Franklin County Transportation Improvement District project, and it is funded by state funds. We negotiated with the property owner, and the compensation is based on appraised fair market value. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 215-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21525 has been adopted. Resolution number 21625, Report 11th of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Cleveland Avenue from Huey Road to Cook Road Improvement Project, Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $25,000.
Commissioners, this particular project seeks to improve pedestrian safety and access management along the Cleveland Avenue corridor in Clinton Township. This particular resolution seeks compensation for one property owner abutting the project. This matter was previously referred to the prosecutor's office for eminent domain proceedings after initial negotiations were unsuccessful. However, since that time, a settlement has been reached with the property owner. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 216-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21625 has been adopted. Resolution number 21725, plans approved for the 2025 General Bridge Maintenance Program for various bridges, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this program is an annual maintenance program that assists the engineer staff with the maintenance and upgrades to various bridges throughout Franklin County. Construction is anticipated to begin in the summer of 2025. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 216-25?
217.
217.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21725 has been adopted. Resolution number 21825, resolution authorizing a contract modification and extension with the Data Transfer Solutions LLC consultant to provide expert knowledge, software, and services to support asset inventory in the amount of $52,500 for a revised contract amount of $102,500.
Commissioners, as is stated in the title, DTS does provide expert knowledge software and services related to our ViewWorks program, which is our asset management system. This modification will exercise the first extension of the contract to provide for the services from April 1, 2025 until March 31, 2026. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 218-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21825 has been adopted. Resolution number 21925, resolution awarding contract and approving contract bond to U.S. Utility Contractor Company for Frank Road, Brown Road at Hardy Parkway Street, and Frank Road at Brown Road, Melp relocation, in the amount of $567,393.75.
Commissioners, for this project, this contract will approve the movement of the Melp Utilities municipal electric light plant. They're the City of Columbus utilities that are located at this intersection, these two intersections. U.S. Utility Contractor was selected via competitive bidding process with a bid opening on February 18, 2025. It's located in southwest Franklin County and Franklin Township, and in the City of Columbus. The work associated with this project is planned to begin later this year and is required in order for the utilities to be properly relocated in advance of the roundabout improvement project. Pending any questions, we ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for passage or adoption of 219-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 21925 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Have a great day. Next up, prosecuting attorney.
Resolution number 22025, resolution authorizing the settlement of a disputed legal claim and authorizing the county administrator to execute a settlement agreement and release in the amount of $75,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jesse Armstrong, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, on behalf of Franklin County Prosecutor Shayla Favor. This resolution will approve a settlement of a lawsuit brought by plaintiff Corey Herring against the Franklin County Sheriff resulting from an automobile accident that occurred on July 24, 2018, in the total amount of $75,000. This resolution would authorize the county administrator to execute the settlement agreement and release, which has been drafted and approved to form by my office. That settlement did not contain any admission of liability by any party, and upon execution of that settlement agreement, all claims currently pending in the lawsuit would be dismissed. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval.
All right, 1 second. Give me one second. Just look upside down. Okay. If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 220-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 22025 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Emergency Management Agency.
Resolution number 22125, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator and the Director of Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security to execute an FY 2024 Emergency Operations Center grant and authorizing the Director of Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security to be the designated agent for administration purposes in the amount of $637,195.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Young, representing Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security. With the County Administrator signing an Emergency Operations Center grant agreement with the State of Ohio, it will allow Franklin County Emergency Management and Homeland Security to undertake several federally supported Emergency Operations Center update projects. These projects will initially be focused upon updating the current EOC display and networking technology, which have all exceeded their functional service life. There are several additional projects included within this grant to support increases in the safety and security of the facility itself, including the replacement of existing glass to be shatter-resistant, updated security cameras, updated fire alarm system, updated magnetic access control, and as appropriate, security fencing along 2 property lines. This grant's provisions include a 25% local funding match, and those required funds are currently available from within the agency's 2025 proportionate share fund balance. Nationally, the EOC grant program is part of the FY 2024 Congressional Awards, and we are fortunate that Congresswoman Joyce Beatty selected Franklin County EOC as one of her targeted projects. As with all projects, we will proceed in accordance with Franklin County procurement and approval to form guidance. I'll gladly answer any questions and ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 221-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 22125 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Office on Aging.
Resolution number 22225, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Office on Aging to enter into an agreement with Levy Premium Food Service LP for food and non-alcoholic beverage services in the amount of $15,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. I'm Tamara Hartley, Deputy Director of Communication for Franklin County Office on Aging. Each year, Franklin County Office on Aging teams up with the Columbus Clippers to present Franklin County Office on Aging Day, also known as Clippers Day at Huntington Park. This special event offers seniors age 60 and older discounted ticket prices of $6 for reserved seating and $5 for bleacher seating, making it an affordable way to enjoy a day at the ballpark. Clippers Day gives seniors across Central Ohio the chance to reconnect with timeless tradition of baseball while socializing with peers. Additionally, attendees can explore valuable resources and information from various community organizations throughout the event. During the game, seniors will be treated to a free boxed lunch and bottled water, which will be provided by Franklin County Office on Aging. Transportation will also be provided to senior groups of 10 or more at no cost through various FOCOA transportation providers. Seniors interested in game day can contact our office at 614-525-6200 and ask for our outreach department. We will also be sending out information via all of our social media platforms, and we will have an ad in Columbus Messenger. Celebrating its 23rd year, the Office on Aging requests that July 24th, 2025 be proclaimed Franklin County Office on Aging Day with the Columbus Clippers. In addition, this authorizes an agreement with Levy Premium Food Services to provide food and non-alcoholic beverages services to Franklin County seniors for a total dollar amount not to exceed $15,000. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
Madam President? Oh. You pointing at me?
I thought you wanted to speak.
Did you want to say something first?
No, I defer to you.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Madam President. I just want to take a minute to point out just how fun and fabulous this day is. You know, the public may see a baseball game for seniors and see the expense. I think we do other things. But having experienced this the last several years that I've been a commissioner, and the turnout that shows up on Senior Day at Clipper Stadium Clipper Stadium, Huntington Park Stadium. It's the Cooper Stadium, used to be the stadium. Is such a fun day, but it's inspiring because to see so many seniors who live in Central Ohio and really claim not only the moment, but being together as a community. I'll share this one story. I know some of my friends have heard this before, but I'll share it this last time, and I'm gonna retire this story. Last year was I got to throw out the first pitch for the game, and I know Madam President Crawley is warming up for that this year. I promise. We can go out and practice, you know, just because it's. You know, as Commissioner Grady likes to remind me of, it's not as easy as you might think. But last year I got out and I brought my mom out, and I told my mom to invite all her friends, and she probably brought 20 of them, you know, and they came out and they had the greatest time, and they have not stopped talking about it. My mom doesn't even really watch sports, but she can't stop talking about that day to be in a stadium full of seniors where folks were celebrating not just a baseball game, but their lives. And so I had the opportunity to throw out the pitch that day. I brought my mom out with me, you know, and everybody cheered her on too, so it was really wonderful. And as I was walking out, Madam President, this guy stopped me. He and his wife are sitting in the first row. And they were like, you know, it was so good to see you. Thank you so much. Keep working hard. We're so grateful for your leadership as an elected official. You're one of our favorites. You're the best. Thank you so much. And he said it right in front of my mom. And so I was like, hey, thanks. You know, I really appreciate that. Our mom's all excited. But as we turn to walk away, I hear him turn to his wife and say, I just love that Shannon Harden. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. You know, we try to do our best. And the whole point is, there's nothing like celebrating our seniors. And I'm going to make a point. My mom has asked me 10 times when this day has come back, if they can come back. Maybe I won't hog up the suite with her and her friends like I did last year. Maybe Commissioner Crawley won't do that, but we'll definitely come out. And this time, I think I'm going to stay for the game. Last time I left halfway through because they were like, had me working, my mom, and they were like, can you get me this? Can you get me that? And so I won't do that. But again, just thank you. Thank you for this, because it's a far more fun day than you might think in terms of just being able to hang out, see folks celebrating their lives, and as a collective. I don't know what the stadium holds. I'm sure Commissioner Grady does, but it's packed. You know, to see everybody there celebrating one thing, and that's our seniors, is really inspiring. So,
I love that story.
10,000 seats, 12,500 in standing room only.
I knew you would know the answer to that.
So, President Crowley, if you don't mind. So what I want to know is, you know, we're getting them, you know, the tickets, and we get them food and non-alcoholic beverages. If I'm a senior and I'm going to the ball game, man, I want a beer. I don't understand. We should be getting them a beer. No, Commissioner Boyce is correct. This is a great day. And, you know, we've been doing this a lot longer than we've been here. I mean, this has been going on. They started this way back years and years ago. And it's a day game. It's a great day. It's a noon 12:05 game, and you go out there. The only thing I always bring up every year: make sure there's plenty of water, because it's, you know, a late July game. You know, there's a good chance it's going to be a hot day, and always got to make sure the seniors are hydrated. But yeah, it is a packed crowd that day. Always, it's Huntington Park. It's always packed. But you know, there's always a great turnout, and everybody's having a great time. And if you get there before the game, the buses are unloading right there at the home plate entrance, and it's a great scene. And I'm really happy that we do this thing every year. So, and plus I'm getting to that age.
Administrator Wilson.
Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. Thank you, President Crowley, Commissioner O'Grady, Commissioner Boyce. Is just another reminder, this event is just another reminder as to why Franklin County is one of the best counties in the nation. No other county owns a AAA
They're all
baseball
jealous too,
team,
man.
nor is the owner of a 12,000-seat professional grade ballpark. This is truly a treasure that belongs to the taxpayers of Franklin County. And it's amazing that this is the 23rd anniversary of Franklin County Office on Aging Day. And believe it or not, the 15th year at Huntington Park. It seems like just yesterday, Huntington Park opened its doors, and it's been 15 years already. So that is an amazing thing, and it's something that, as has been stated by the board, the commissioners really look forward to. And Ms. Hartley, they put you to work right away. They put you right on the spotlight as our Deputy Director of Communications. I just seen you virtually in less than 24 hours ago as an introduction, so I could not resist saying that you have to be a go-getter. So welcome to Team Franklin County, because they just put you out there right quick and right in the beginning. So there you get an A with me today as county administrator, because they just put you out there today on the microphone to represent. So if they did that to me this soon, I don't know what to say. I'd be like, "What, y'all been waiting on me to get here?" But in all seriousness, though, welcome to Team Franklin County. Welcome to the Franklin County Office on Aging. It is, you all do a lot of so much valuable work in our community for our seniors, from Meals on Wheels to transportation to home care services. The list goes on and on. This is valuable work that you all do, and you all do this in a very every resident, everyday way. So thank you.
President Crowley, if I can make one other point. Administrator Wilson did bring it up. For those of you in the crowd who don't know, we are the only county in the country that owns both the ballpark and the team. There are plenty of other communities across the country. Everybody always brings up Green Bay, and with the residents own the team. But we are the only community in the country where we own both the ballpark and the team. Lots of, Erie County, New York is getting ready to fund a new stadium for the Bills, but they don't own the Bills. And counties all across the country are jealous when we bring folks in here. In 2017, when we brought people in, the National Association of Counties here, we hosted a bunch of people here at the ballpark, and they were like, "Wait a minute, you own this and you own the team?" And when we brought in the Japanese delegation last fall, we had the gentleman throw out the first pitch, the ambassador throw out the first pitch. They were very shocked by the fact that we own both the ballpark and the team, and it's a point of, not only point of pride for us, but it's and for all of you, should be for all of you, but it is very shocking. People are very jealous of the fact that the Board of County Commissioners, on behalf of the residents of Franklin County, own the team and the ballpark. So it is, and it was voted so many times over and over again as the #1 ballpark in the United States, up against Yankee Stadium and Met City Field in New York as well, and a bunch of other stadiums throughout the United States. So it's beautiful. So I'm sure you've all been there, but get back out.
Well, I look forward to throwing out the first pitch, so
We look
looking
forward to
forward
having
to
you.
it.
All right, if there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 222-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes,
Resolution number 222-25 has been adopted.
Thank you.
thank you. Next, we have the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Resolution number 223-25, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with Tech Corps Ohio for foster education and economic growth in Franklin County by offering students hands-on technology experience through their hackathon event in the amount of $100,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Perla Martinez, DEI Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, TechCore Ohio is a nonprofit 501c3 organization established in 1995 whose mission is to provide all K-12 students with access to high-quality computer science learning experiences through programs, people, and partners. TechCore acts as a catalyst driving the collaborative efforts in providing K-12 students with experience in technology, enabling youth to unlock their creativity and acquire new skills. TechCore believes that computer science is about deeper learning, computational thinking, problem solving, and creativity, and that studying computer science provides students with the knowledge and practices necessary to be ready for college and/or careers. TechCore has worked to ensure that students have equal access to technology skills, programs, and resources that will enrich their education and prepare them for college and future careers. Students are traditionally underrepresented in technology, but TechCore programs allow them to have a safe and supportive learning environment that encourages them to explore and learn skills and concepts focused on technology. This agreement is to serve 150 Franklin County students through the TechCore Hackathon event. This resolution supports the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint, goal number 11, increasing the number of students at or near the poverty level experiencing academic success. If there are no comments or questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
I do have a question, because I think this is an increase from last year. Is that correct?
I can double check that and let you know, Commissioner. I think it's the same amount, but I can let your office know.
Okay, I thought it was an increase, and I was going to ask how many more students were we going to be able to serve through, for the hackathon, or would be able to participate with this increased funding, but, yeah, you can just give me that information offline.
Will do, Commissioner. Thank you.
All right, if there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 223-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 22325 has been adopted. Resolution number 22425, resolution recognizing the 2024 Racial Equity Council members during the fourth cohort that lasted from April 1st, 2024 through March 31st, 2025.
Commissioners, today we take a moment to recognize and honor the dedicated members of the 2024-2025 Racial Equity Council who are concluding their service. The Franklin County Board of Commissioners established the Racial Equity Council to serve as an advisory board to assist in identifying areas in which Board of Commissioner agencies lead initiatives, activities, programs, and services through a diversity, equity, and inclusion lens as it relates to policies and practices, ensuring that these reflects the need of all residents and staff alike. Commissioner, today I'm proud to say that this cohort demonstrated the highest level of engagement and volunteer activities coordinated through the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion to date yet. In addition to participating in 2 community service projects in partnership with BESA, Mid-Ohio Food Bank, and the Domestic and Juvenile Court. They also engage in educational sessions and pilot trainings, providing valuable feedback to inform the potential expansion of these offerings organization-wide. As a result of their involvement, cohort members are now more deeply informed about the Board of Commissioners' mission, vision, and strategic priorities, and are better equipped with a foundational understanding of DEI principles to more effectively serve their respective agencies and residents. The Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is honored to present this resolution in recognition of their outstanding contributions. We thank each of them for their passion, time, and dedication to making Franklin County a more just and inclusive place for all. We would also like to thank the Commissioners and County Administration for their continued support, our community's project partners, the Franklin County Domestic and Juvenile Court, BESA, and Mid-Ohio Food Bank, for giving us the opportunity to participate and service to our residents. We look forward to continuing engaging with our Racial Equity Council alumni and would like to recognize the following members that are present here today, as well as the ones who couldn't be with us in person, for their dedication and participation to the Racial Equity Council. Dion Anderson, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Chad Jacob Barley, Department of Job and Family Services, Chelsea Barnett, Board of Commissioners, Deborah Brackney Warner, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Christian Brooks, Public Facilities Management, Roxanne Bird, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Valerie Carey, Job and Family Services, Leandra Coles, Office on Aging, Joy Hartwell Lynn, Office on Aging, Melinda Irwin, Job and Family Services, Sanita Johnson, Human Resources, Marcy Little John, Job and Family Services, Brianna Lowe, Job and Family Services, Contar Kapoa Davis, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Carrie Melton, Sanitary Engineering, Catherine Middendorf, Animal Care and Control, Isabella Minario, Public Affairs, Dayla Murphy, Board of Commissioners, Tracy McConnell, Job and Family Services, Veronica Rhodes, Job and Family Services, Annie Risner, Board of Commissioners, Paul Saltz, Child Support Enforcement Agency, Shanna Sanders, Office of Justice Policy and Programs, Kennedy Smith, Office of Justice Policy and Programs, CASA, Franklin County, Brittany Strickland Hilliard, Office of Management and Budget. If there are no comments or questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions,
I'm sorry. Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. I would just like to thank the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for yet again having another cohort graduate through this program, and this is very important to county administration. We always talk about racial equity being in the DNA of Franklin County, and this is just another example whose ideal it was to do not just one, but 2 community service projects, talking about continuing to level up. Who pushed them to do 2 community service projects?
It was my idea.
Hold on, repeat that again, the modesty?
It was our office idea.
Okay. So it was your idea to push them to go further.
Well, you said one, and, we had the opportunity to do 2, so why not serve the residents?
In this case, I'm glad to be outdone. I only suggested 1 community service project. Now, I've been outdone, so I can accept that any day of the week, Ms. Martinez. But thank you all for your service. This is very important. You all are now part of a cohort of alumni of the Racial Equity Council. And you all can be ambassadors in your agencies in sharing everything that you've learned over this year, as well as encouraging others to sign up for future cohorts. So thank you on behalf of county administration.
Can we take-
sorry. If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 224-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 224-25 has been adopted.
I know you want to take a picture
Yes,
with all the members.
please.
All right.
Thank you. All the members could come and stand and take a picture with them. Thank you.
The other day, somebody said, suck it in, they go, I don't have to, I'll be done with radio. Right, that's right, that's just rude.
You can't see Annie. She's standing behind somebody. Is there a window? Yeah. Who's standing behind Commissioner Brady?
Next up, we have economic development and planning.
Resolution number 22525, resolution authorizing an intergovernmental working agreement between the Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District and the Franklin County Board of Commissioners on behalf of Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department to support conservation of soil and water quality protection efforts in the amount of $57,120.
Good morning, Commissioners. Emmanuel Torres, Assistant Director of Economic Development and Planning. This resolution seeks your approval for intergovernmental working agreement with Franklin County, or Franklin Soil and Water Conservation District. This agreement is to provide assistance to Franklin County in meeting Ohio EPA's small municipal separate stormwater or storm sewer systems general permit requirements for construction site stormwater control and post-construction stormwater management. In addition, the Soil and Water Conservation District provides natural resource services to the Economic Development Planning Department for development proposals and planning activities. Pending any questions, I respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 225-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 22525 has been adopted. Resolution number 22725, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to execute on behalf of the Franklin County Commissioners the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Deanna R. Richardson at 365 Darby Court, Galloway, Ohio, 43119.
Commissioners, Ms. Deanna Richardson received a housing assistance loan on April 27, 2011 in the amount of $15,000 from this board. Based on the mortgage deed, this is a zero-interest loan. Staff, in collaboration with the Franklin County Prosecutor Office, recommends a discharge of the mortgage as a routine promissory note would allow a 10% decline in balance annually and therefore would allow this loan to be discharged. If approved, the Franklin County Administrator, on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, would execute the discharge of this mortgage prepared by the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office. And pending any questions, I respectfully request the approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 227-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 22725 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 22925, resolution approving a subaward agreement with the National Center for Urban Solutions for the Franklin County Broadband Futures Program in the amount of $550,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Carmen Barnes, Assistant Director, Job and Family Services. Last year, we partnered with NCUS Tech to launch our Franklin County Broadband Futures Workforce Initiative with the goal of introducing and preparing residents to enter the in-demand fiber optic technician field and supporting our growing technology industry. Participants in Broadband Futures received 6 weeks of skilled training where they prepared and completed the fiber optics basic installer certification. They also received coaching, mentoring, and other supportive services to remove barriers and ensure successful program completion. As of today's date, 50 residents enrolled and completed the Broadband Futures training curriculum, with 88% of those earning a certification. Of the graduates who finished the program, more than 77% of those graduates have already obtained employment in the industry. They're earning on average an hourly wage of $24. They're working with employers like Amazon, Spectrum, Meta, and Direct Line. So through this subaward, NCUS will enroll 50 new trainees into the Broadband Futures program, aiming to graduate and place 80% of those who are enrolled in the program. This resolution aligns with goal number 3 and goal number 4 of our Rise Together blueprint. And today we have NCUS Tech Senior Vice President Perry Gregory and Vice President Kristen Munson on hand to speak a bit more to the partnership and answer any questions that you may have. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Thank you. First, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to what we call the best county commissioners and administration team in the country. As you know, we always say that. But I also want to thank Director Carmen Barnes and Administrator Vivian Turner for giving us this opportunity. As we all know, Central Ohio continues to be a hub for data center development, and our partnership over this past year has proven to be instrumental in this progress. We have collaborated with key players such as AWS, Google, and several employers in the region to create this robust workforce pipeline. This initiative has been crucial in developing the talent needed to build and maintain our data infrastructure here in Central Ohio. Through this program, residents have the opportunity to earn multiple industry-recognized certification in fiber optics, providing them with professional development and wraparound support needed to eliminate the barriers to entry to employment. But what we're most excited about is everybody who completed this program is matched with an employment opportunity at minimum and average between $23,000 to $25,000 an hour, with many of those individuals making more. But what I'm most excited about today is our program manager is a former OWF participant, Mrs. Amy Charbellard, right here. She came through our TANF program that we had with JFS about 5 years ago. She navigated through that progress. She became a career coach, and I must say this, that she is the best program manager that we have, and so we are very proud of that partnership. But I just want to say thank you, and I want to bring up my partner, Kristen Munster.
Good morning. Once again, I would like to thank you for your continued support in our Broadband Futures training program. Your support has been instrumental in creating real, lasting change, equipping individuals with industry-relevant skills and placing them in high-demand roles with the Broadband Futures program. We have met our enrollment goal and exceeded our certification goal, achieving a perfect completion rate. Every participant received preparation support, ensuring they are ready to enter the workforce with confidence. Our graduates are entering the workforce with new career titles, such as Senior Operator, Data Center Technician, Installer, Low Voltage Installer, and Data Center Cabling Technician. These roles contribute directly to broadband expansion and the future of the digital equity in Central Ohio. We have provided over 235 supportive service interactions to remove barriers and to ensure its success. This wraparound approach included gas cards and stipends to help with automotive and storage bills, referrals for childcare, help with record expungement support, driver's license reinstatements, and warrant resolution resources. This holistic support helps participants show up and stay in the program for their careers. Thank you for being a partner in this vital work. We are excited to continue expanding our impact together and ensuring that every resident, every day, is launched into careers able to lift their families and enter the workforce.
Thank you. I do have a question, and I appreciate you, Kristen, for saying what all the barrier removal services are offered to the participants. But for the 17 participants that did not complete the first pilot year, what is do you know, like, doing case management with them, what the reasons were that they were not able to complete the program, and are you still working with them?
So all the participants completed the training. They might have just not earned the certification that went with it.
Okay.
So they are still able to be placed. In fact, many of the employers that came to visit us during classes tried to take them midway through, and we were like, wait, we have to finish. But they are always welcome to return and try that certification exam over. But they were still able to get placed just because of the curriculum that we use that is certified with many of the employers here in Ohio.
Okay. Because as I was looking at, it was saying 35 participants completed the training curriculum with 31 of the graduates obtaining employment. And so I just didn't know what happened to the 17 that
So with that data, it might have been the few that did not finish yet, but this is now current at the end of February. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. Thank you for that clarification.
And then we still, while we have 38 individuals that have been employed, we're still getting the other 12 placed.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
Okay. Do you currently have like a waiting list for the 50 that you're getting ready to enroll? Or like, what's the demand for this program?
It's one of our hottest ones that we have currently running at NC West Tech, next, to healthcare. We are at max capacity at each cohort, so we strive to have no more than 8 to 10 in a cohort just because of ratio and then hands-on learning experience. But we have no problem filling every single cohort and meeting the goal.
Perfect. Thank you.
Commissioner Crowley, if I could really quick, I know you all may have a waiting list, thank you so much for that, but Mr. Kimbrough, can you stand up just really quick? David is over our men's unit. A lot of our men that are going through that unit, many times it's because of limited education and they're finding themselves in very unfortunate situations based on that in career. Is there any way we can develop a pipeline with him to you all? And then maybe the next cohort, we can have our own boutique cohort just for our men's unit if there's funding available?
Oh, yeah, we would love to. And we actually just met with the child support court last week too, to get more non-custodial payments.
$500,000. I saw what you did there.
So David, we're ready.
Yeah.
Give us 10.
Thank you. All right.
Shameless.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 229-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crowley?
Yes.
Resolution number 22925 has been adopted.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great one.
Resolution number 23025, resolution approving a subboard agreement with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library of Ohio for an early childhood book gifting program in the amount of $150,000.
Access to books is a critical tool proven to benefit children's early learning and development. Studies show that on average, children with 25 or more books in the home develop stronger reading skills and will complete 2 or more years of school than a child without books. Additionally, a child who cannot read as well is 4 times more likely to drop out of high school before graduation, which lessens their job prospects and lowers their earning potential. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has become the world's preeminent early childhood book gifting program. Since its inception in 1995, the Imagination Library has mailed more than 3 million high-quality, age-appropriate books each month to registered children from ages birth through age 5. The program's impact has been widely researched, and the results suggest positive increases in key early childhood literacy metrics. Through this award, we will partner with the local administrator of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library of Ohio and Nationwide Children's Hospital to provide over 50,000 books to Franklin County families. Each enrolled child will receive 1 age-appropriate book per month until the age of 5 at no cost to the family. Any child in Franklin County between birth and age 5 will have full access to the program. This resolution aligns with the Rise Together Poverty Blueprint Goal number 13. And joining us this morning, we have Catherine Sulicki, the State Director of Imagination Library. And pending any questions that you have of her, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Catherine Selecki. I work for the statewide Imagination Library Program. Just one quick note to add on. I wanted to share a couple numbers about the impact happening here in Franklin County right now. So currently, 45,000 kids are registered and receiving a book in the mail. So the books come wrapped in clear plastic. The label on the back has the child's name, so the child knows that it's their book that they get to unwrap and enjoy. This funding, our program is, the books are available at a deeply discounted rate thanks to Dolly Parton's generosity and the Ohio General Assembly. They provide our matching fund to the local partner in each county. So this funding will support our local partner, which is Nationwide Children's Hospital, and will financially support mailing over 115,000 books throughout the next year. So those books will be going to children here in Franklin County. They're age appropriate, high quality, made for the child, and just meant to get the child excited to be reading. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and pending any questions or comments, we would kindly ask for your approval. Thank you so much.
I do have a question. How do you decide who's going to be like a partner? Like Nationwide is a partner, but I was just wondering, like, if another program or entity wanted to partner, what they need to do?
Yes. So Nationwide has been our partner for over 5 years now. When we launched our statewide program, we had conversations with partners in all 88 counties. And in Franklin County, we needed a really large partner who could fund a very large bill each month. So that's how we came to be partners with Nationwide. In addition to them also serving young children all throughout the county, having a really strong presence. We do have a lot of other partners who help to enroll kids in the program. So that, we have a coalition of over 50 partners who are nonprofits, public libraries, child care centers here in the county who help to encourage families to sign up and spread awareness for the program. So we do, have partners of both types.
Okay, because I was thinking about Franklin County Rise Child Care Initiative, where there's like almost 700 children in that program, and I know not every child is enrolled in Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and so just wondering how we can make sure that families know that this is available and partner with this program. And so we could talk offline, or I can get with you, Carmen. Thank you. All right.
If there are no further comments or questions, I'll move approval of Resolution 23025.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce? Resolution number 23025 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention. Resolution number 23125, resolution approving a subaward amendment with Franklin County Public Health for a transitional housing initiative for an increase of $500,000 for a revised total of $1,500,000.
In response to the growing housing crisis in our community, Job and Family Services, on behalf of our sister health and human service agencies, entered into partnership with Franklin County Public Health to launch a transitional housing pilot program to serve residents who are housing insecure or at risk of homelessness. Over the course of the pilot, 2 community health workers were assigned and met regularly with referred families to link them to medical and social service agencies, in addition to promoting housing stabilization and providing financial support. The program placed 86 families in hotels and referred 54 families for assistance with obtaining permanent housing. During this award period, Franklin County Public Health will continue assisting families referred in need of emergency shelter, temporary housing, barrier removal services, and relocation services. The program is designed to support no less than 60 individuals or families at a given time. And pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Just really quick, I just wanted to make mention, this was an initiative with the partnership with Public Health, but this was not just with Job and Family Services. This was for all the human service agency or any agency that interface with any of our county government, because what we did not want to do, in keeping with the one-door model, if a resident come to us and they are in need of housing, we did not want to refer them to something else. We wanted to handhold them to something more stable. So this has been a tremendous partnership, and we've had how many people that have gone into permanent housing?
We've had, by this count, we referred 54 that have been assisted with obtaining permanent housing. Yes.
Awesome, thank you.
If there are no further comments or questions, move for adoption of 231-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting. Commissioner Boyce?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley?
Yes.
Resolution number 23125 has been adopted. Resolution number 23225, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to enter into a memorandum of understanding and related amendments and extensions on behalf of the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services with the Bhutanese Community of Central Ohio, Community Refugee and Immigration Services, Ethiopian Tewahedo Social Services, and Jewish Family Services for on-site case management services.
Through this proposed MOU, we will partner with the listed agencies to provide part-time on-site case management services. The case manager will determine eligibility for our core public assistance programs like SNAP, Medicaid, publicly funded child care, the Ohio Works First program, and our PRC programs as well that are administered by our agency, making for a convenient one-stop shop for eligible residents. The initial term of the MOU is from January 1 through December 31st of 2025 and allows for 2 options to renew or extend the MOU for an additional 1-year term. This resolution supports goal number 9 of the Rise Together Blueprint, reducing the overall incidence and racial disparities in occurrences of preventable diseases, trauma, and improving the health of those living with chronic mental, physical, and behavioral health conditions. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 232-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 23225 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Human Resources.
Resolution number 23525, resolution authorizing a contract between Franklin County and USI Insurance Services, LLC, for general consulting services for the Franklin County Cooperative Health Improvement Program in the amount of $408,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jody Lees, Assistant Director of Human Resources, Benefits and Wellness. This resolution approves a new contract with our current consultant, USI Insurance Services. The existing contract with USI expires March 31st. This contract is effective April 1st for a period of 24 months. And the contract secures general benefits and wellness consulting, as well as support for 2 RFPs, which will be conducted over the next 18 months. Pending any questions or comments, I respectfully request approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 235-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 23525 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Purchasing.
Resolution number 23625, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,822,856.70.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan
Morning.
Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me is Perla Martinez, DEI Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution requests your approval of 85 purchase orders for which the county auditor has pre-certified available funding. And I'll turn it over to Perla for the supplier diversity data.
12 of the purchase orders being presented are being awarded to small and emerging businesses totaling $129,192. These awards are distributed as follows: 2% to small and emerging businesses, 10% to women-owned businesses, and 1% to minority-owned businesses. Once approved, 6 agencies will provide equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week, and they are as follows: Court of Common Pleas, Data Center, Domestic Relations and Juvenile Court, Engineer, Probate Court, Public Facilities Management. Year-to-date, Franklin County Board of Commissioners agencies have awarded 172 purchase orders to small and emerging businesses totaling $13,230,857.64. Pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 236-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 23625 has been adopted. Resolution number 23725, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,500.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 1 purchase order. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, I'll move approval of resolution 23725.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Same.
Resolution number 23725 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 23825, resolution appointing Sandy Doyle Ahern to the Community Shelter Board of Trustees.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Melissa Kohler, Assistant Director of Community Appointments. This resolution will appoint Sandy Doyle Ahern to the Community Shelter Board of Trustees to fill an unexpired term ending on June 30th, 2025. And pending any questions, I would respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for adoption of 238-25.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 23825 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have any journalizations?
We have one today. Case number ANX-3-25, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on February 5th, 2025. The petition requested to annex 68.129 acres from Brown Township to the city of Hilliard. This action was journalized at the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session on February 11th, 2025. The Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department received a withdrawal request for case number ANX-3-25 from the petitioner's agent on March 13th, 2025. This withdrawal is being journalized to reflect this action. The sites are 7345 Hayden Run Road, PID number 120-000231, and Hayden Run Road, PID number 120-000233.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 23925, resolution of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners to convene into executive session for the purpose of considering personnel matters.
I move to convene into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Resolution number 23925 has been adopted to convene into executive session.